everyone. I'm Robyn Freye, Chief Growth Officer at Stagwell, and today we are joined by Peggy Roe, Global Officer of Customer Experience of Loyalty and New Ventures at Marriott International. We are so excited to have you here with us today in the Cannes Speaker Lounge. You have such a phenomenal story to tell. So why don't you just start off by telling us about your role at Marriott?
Sure. Well, as you said, I lead customer experience, loyalty, and new ventures. New ventures are our new businesses. We have homes and villas. We have a retail business called Marriott Boutiques.
Oh.
Loyalty is obviously our Marriott Bonvoy program, 150 million members and growing every single day. And CX, I think, which is the more interesting and maybe newer part of my role, is all of our insights, strategy, analytics, and customer experience design.
Wow, sounds like a big role. And you've been with Marriott for a while, and I know that you and I...
18 years.
18
I can't
years.
believe it. Yeah.
Wow. And you and I were chatting a little bit about this prior. Talk to me about the journey of developing your consumer journey.
Yeah, so maybe I'll just talk a little bit about, I spent 10 years in our corporate office and then 7 years out in the market in Asia, and then came back to do this role. And in that time, we've kind of transformed as a company that was very focused on hotels, to then being, having a website in hotels, to being a loyalty program, Marriott Bonvoy, which is a promise that's about more than just a hotel stay now, right? We're a platform, we're a mobile app, we're a hotel experience, and because of that, we've had to figure out, well, how do we do work against a customer journey that's more end-to-end, that's digital and physical? And so we needed to create a process around how the organization prioritizes and thinks about changing, involving the moments of truth that a customer cares about in that journey, whether it's physically in the hotel, it's when you're using the mobile app, maybe it's while you're shopping or getting inspiration. And so we've created a framework for customer experience design.
Wow. So that sounds like a very long journey. How do you get alignment internally around these big integrated initiatives?
Yeah, by the way, the journey is still ongoing.
Okay.
So I would say that, we're a company that's always been about customer experience, but customer experience design end to end has been a newer process in terms of how we're approaching work. And we've had to change the way we think and change the way we do work as a result. And so getting alignment, has always been a challenge, I think, to get so many different disciplines focused on one moment of a journey. Takes a lot of focus. And for me, it's about starting with the customer outcome first, right? What are we trying to do at the end of the day? And I think traditionally we're used to thinking about what different disciplines in the organization want to make happen versus what the customer outcome needs to be, which requires the coordination of many different functions. And so I think alignment has been easier as we started focusing on customer outcomes first.
Yeah. You really bring up a great point. So at Stagwell, we have a lot of clients, and when we ask them, what do you aspire to be, like who's in the market that's doing really great work, and we always hear Marriott. We love Marriott, and we love the Bonvoy app. What does Marriott aspire? Like, what is your aspirational journey?
Well, thank you, first of all. I'm quite honored that other brands think that of us, as I think that we're all still on a long journey. And we constantly put out, what's the aspirational state for us as we look to design a better experience for customers. And more recently, as a result of COVID, we've kind of rethought our aspirational journey. And we're thinking more about travelers and their purpose, their reason for travel, both business and leisure. We may have skewed a little more business in the past, and today we're thinking about you as an individual, your multiple types of travel, and then what you need at different parts of the journey. And as I mentioned, thinking more end-to-end, more digital and physical. We look at 5 parts of the customer experience. Inspiration in the beginning when you're thinking about traveling, shopping and booking, what that process is like, multiple currencies and payment types and making it easy for you to choose exactly what room you want. You're getting ready, the period in which you're getting ready to come, like customers expect more today when they come. They want to know what's going to happen when I get there. The experience itself, which is huge, right? And then the departure. And then everyday life. Like, we aspire to be part of your daily life, whether you're traveling or not. We want you to be earning points so that you can travel again.
Yeah. And I think that Marriott has done a really, really great job at achieving personalization at scale. So those 5 things really play well into that. What are some brands that you admire?
Yeah, I mean, I think personalization at scale is, again, out there, right? I mean, we're hardly there. We're just scratching the surface, which is great for me because I think there's a long way to go and a lot for us to do. Yeah. But when I think about other brands, I'm enamored by a few brands. Louis Vuitton, mostly because of its history in travel, right? Yeah. On the surface, it looks like a fashion brand with amazing products, but underneath, it's a brand that was born out of travel and suitcases, which also brings me to Rimowa. And I love Rimowa because of its really thoughtful engineering on making travel experience better through their suitcases. And I've been traveling for many, many, many years, and once I got my Rimowa, I was like, this is amazing. Yes. And then, of course, Amazon, right? Yep. Obsessive focus on customer and how they just think about each part of their, whether it's the loyalty program or the way you pay or the free shipping, they're always thinking about how do I make that customer experience more seamless.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us in the content studio today, Peggy. We have one last question for you. If I had known then what I know now, what's the best lesson you've learned?
Yeah, I think that whether you're working on, data, MarTech, personalization, all of these initiatives, a lot of times we want to start with technology or, again, our disciplines, we as a company want to do this, right? Yeah. And I think starting with the customer first, right? What is that customer experience? What is the point in the journey that you want to affect? Yeah. And then backing into the rest, right? Once you know the customer experience that you want to impact, then thinking about, well, what are the processes that need to change? What's the technology that I need? What is the data that I need? I think it's a flip, and mentally trying to shift the way you think will get you to a better outcome faster.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again for joining us today.
Thanks, Robyn.